On that subject, let's get into this piece. I thought it was a really interesting piece. I thought it was very timely. I, for one, have been very, very concerned about what is going to be happening with ICAC, what this review is going to actually do, the fact that no one has been allowed to have a look into what's happening or see any terms of reference. It's just, and having regard to what has happened in Parliament over the last 4 years, with the diminishing of the effectively the non-use of the Privileges Committee, the fact that we've had the scrutiny, the Legislative Scrutiny Committee effectively being, useless. Scrapped, it does create concern. And for ordinary Territorians who are listening to this or go about their business on a daily basis and don't necessarily understand what all this means, it does affect our democracy. It does affect good governance. It does affect accountability, transparency, all the things that are hallmarks of a good democracy. So you wrote this piece. Can you take us through it and we can talk about it?
And then we're going to analyze your analysis.
Okay, fair enough. Look, probably just to start how that came up, and and I was talking to you guys about that and saying let's look at what's going on in South Australia. So I thought, we really have to here, because this has gone on for a few months now, right? It was back in March, I think, Gunner puts out a press release, and it's somewhere 3/4 of the way down where he says, we're also reviewing the ICAC. And a bunch of us journalists missed it. And I was talking to John Gibson at ABC. He said, I didn't even see that at the time. I said, I didn't either. So we went back and looked, and sure enough, it was there. He did say he was doing it, but he didn't say it publicly, really. I mean, they put it out and buried it in a release. So then it became an issue, and then everybody's asking, well, what are you going to do about show us the terms of reference here. So look, he was really big in 2016, and this is what he got elected on, was restoring integrity to government. And he put in a whole booklet, a whole write-up about this. Here's how I'm going to restore blueprint, if you will. Here's how I'm going to restore integrity to Parliament. And just about everything on there he's now thrown in the bin. And
has anybody got that booklet?
Yeah, we got it.
Oh, nice.
Woody keeps...
And an actual video as well, and he will go and say that we're going to be transparent.
Right.
You can hold us accountable.
Yeah, and so, look, this is what he got to live, because, as I said, that was bigger. I think you had the economy, and there was one other issue there, crime, of course, economy, crime, and number 3 was integrity. When we did a poll just ahead of the 2016 election, integrity in politics was a big one because of the scandal-plagued CLP government, and so Gunner wrote that in, and he got elected. But what they did after that, so they start establishing this, and we'll get into a lot more later on, but in 2017, they'd set up a committee. One of their committees was looking at how they established this ICAC. Now, the report had been done by L. Frank and the CLP. They commissioned the Martin report to, here's how it would work. Here's how the ICAC would function in the NT. So they took it to a committee and said, okay, how do we actually establish this now and take it from on the paper there in that Martin report to being established. So the committee comes back, and they very quietly, without anybody knowing, I think they gave this report or tabled it in Parliament on the day of the same-sex marriage vote. So the country, everybody's kind of busy looking at it, watching that, and here they are tabling this little document. And to the credit of, because I don't think I was working at a paper at that time or at ABC. It was in late 2017. It was Jason Walsh from the NT News who actually found that and did a story saying, whoa, look what's in this report here. They're actually saying they're trying to exclude themselves, politicians, from being investigated by the ICAC.